Hey, my babies. So the other day I was in a session and a client asked me, she said, with all of your knowledge and things like that, do you ever experience a moment where it seems like all hope is lost and you might not know which way is up? She said, what do you do if you ever reach that moment? And the honest answer was yes. Even I have those moments where it seems like, what in the absolute fuck is going on, right? The weapons have formed, and while they are not prospering, the bitches is a little close to my face, and I feel weapon wind on my face. I don't want to feel weapon wind on my face. And yes, life got hands, and I got hands, and I be swinging back, but I am not an octopus. And so in those moments, right, even I have that time, right? Especially just recently, my grandmother passed away in October. That was my best friend. I was so in the thick and in the chokehold of grief that even all seemed lost to even me, with all of the things that I know and all of the things that I practice. It happens. So I told her that when that moment comes, I pull out this little tray, a pair of tweezers, which I was very fortunate enough to find them in the color blue, because blue is associated with healing. But this is a jar of mustard seeds. And whilst mustard seeds do have their own inherent magical properties, I have this particular jar to remind me of one thing and one thing only. Now, whilst I am not a religious woman and my indoctrination into the church never works, wisdom is wisdom no matter where I heard it from, and it is still valid and valuable. And I remember the pastor saying something along the lines that when all hope is lost, all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed. And so that is what this jar is for. And what I do is I will use my tweezers and I will take them out. Sometimes I will say an affirmation with each seed that I take out and put on this tray. And in those moments where I'm so in the thick of it, even I, the wordsmith, cannot formulate words, I will take them out and I will count them in the same way that a person counts sheep to help them go to sleep. I will simply count these until I feel better, and I continue doing so. And I will be honest with you when I say that there have been some moments where quite a bit of the seeds in this jar ended up on this platter. But it serves to remind me, right, that yes, things happen. They can happen to anyone, and I am not immune to life's problems. But when all hope is lost, all I need to do is scrape off the sides of my personal energy reserves and come up with an amount of faith that is only this big. I know that everything is going to be okay. And it does. It ends up being okay. I count or affirm on each seed until I feel better. And when I'm done, I rest easy knowing that all I need is this tiny little bit of faith. And as an extra added bonus, the situation or situations that led me to have to pull out the, well, not big, but the tiny guns, it usually ends up resolving itself within under 24 business hours. And so it further proves that this really is all the faith that I need. So whatever you do to cope, that is amazing. And if you're having problems, go to the grocery store, get yourself a little thing of mustard seeds and some tweezers. Put them on you, count them. Hopefully, if you adopt this practice, fine. If you don't, fine. But even if you don't go get actual mustard seeds, remember that when it seems like all hope is lost and it's dark, remember that it is always darkest before the dawn. And this little tiny amount of faith is all that you need, that everything is going to be okay. And I promise you, from personal, sometimes tedious, but very necessary experience, it does end up being okay. I hope this helps. I love you.